If you are a spiritual entrepreneur and have ever felt blocked or stuck in your business, if you want to be attracting more and you're doing everything right, but the right people still aren't coming, or you deeply want to feel abundant, but your system feels stuck in lack, and slowing down feels terrifying because it might all fall apart, or you're pouring your heart into social media from the quiet pressure of, if I post, they will come, then this IFS session is for you. I'm Andrea Tessier, a master life coach and IFS practitioner, and I help conscious leaders like you step into liberated leadership by strengthening your connection to self energy, that calm core within you. And if this resonates and you like more content like this, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more IFS insights every week. In this video, you will witness a live IFS coaching session with Simona, a soulful and self-aware healer who came in feeling blocked in her business and her sales, unsure why things weren't flowing. And what unfolds is a tender, powerful unraveling that reveals the complexity of what we often call stuckness. With Simona, we'll meet parts here that are desperately trying to do it all alone, parts that are afraid of change because they can't control it, that are carrying sadness from generations before, and other parts pushing for alignment with fierce, almost urgent energy. There are many directions this session could have gone, but tuning into Simona's energy and the readiness of her system and the amount of time we had, this is where self-energy led us. And so I want you to know that this session isn't about fixing or forcing or finding a quick strategy. It was really about witnessing, honoring, softening, because to go deeper, we must soften first. So the parts that are protecting us can finally rest and find a truer way forward. And so at the end, you'll see exactly that. And if you're craving clarity in your business, but sense that there are blocks that might be deeper than strategy, pull up a chair, take a deep breath, and come see what's possible when self leads. Hi, Simona.
Hello.
Being here, I am so excited to support you for this session today. As you know, you are sharing your heart and your heart with everybody on my YouTube channel. So thank you for that. And I know a little bit about your intention, but for anybody that's watching, could you let them know a little bit about what your intention is for our session today?
Absolutely. So I am having a block currently. I'm not sure where it's coming from with regard to my business and sales specifically. I'm having a hard time attracting more people, more of the right people towards my healing modality. But I don't want to change who I am in the process and how I'm showing up in terms of my authenticity. I just have no idea where the energetic block is.
Wow. So what makes you say that it's an energetic block?
Sure. That's a good question. It doesn't feel like it's it doesn't feel like it's part of me. It just feels like it's within me, if that makes sense. Like it just got stuck somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta just somehow, yeah, unblock it, get it out. It doesn't feel like it is mine.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. So there's just like this feeling of something being stuck
Mhm.
and it's not yours.
Yeah. Could be generational, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe I absorbed it from someone in like my trainings or just talking with other business mentors,
Yeah. So
it doesn't feel like it's mine.
yeah, I get that. Okay. Um, I also heard you say that there's another part that wants it out.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about that part that wants this block out?
Like an excited part.
Mm-hmm.
Like a higher self. It's like, this isn't right for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a part that's saying this is out of alignment with who you are.
Mm-hmm. The word that it was interesting that the word that it used was like, I want it out.
I want it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I've been feeling. I just haven't really said that out loud, I
Yeah.
think, at any point to really notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it out.
I want it out because,
It's not me.
yeah.
It's not authentic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not part of me and I don't want it. I don't know what I'm holding it for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just want to point out that these are both parts.
Mm.
The block is a part, and the one that wants it out is a part. And a lot of times, our more evolved parts or seemingly like evolved parts that say, oh, this is not an alignment or this is not your authentic truth, kind of masquerade as self energy. We call it self like part.
Interesting.
So strong agenda, right? Self is actually very neutral. Self energy has space and time for all of the parts. It doesn't have a strong agenda of like, get the fuck out of here. So we actually have two parts here, right? This part that feels blocked for whatever reason,
Mhm.
and this part that wants it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Where does it want?
So let's drop in. I don't want you to
Yeah.
get this out from the conscious part of your mind, but how does that resonate when I sort of map it out in that way?
It feels better
Okay.
because it feels like something that I can control a little bit or manage a little bit better. Control is probably the wrong word, but manage
Okay.
a little bit better. Because if it's like not part of me, that makes it really, really difficult, I think, for me to like identify and solve or
And I mean,
feel for, really.
yeah. Got it. So being able to identify it as a part of you rather than something that's not part of you is actually easier to work with.
Yeah.
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 And these are both parts. And we can get you to a place where you have the clarity and magnetism for your sales and for your business. But it's not going to come from the part of you that's trying to get rid of the block.
Right. Yes. You know what? That's exactly what it feels like. Yeah. It's like I'm almost stuck in lack,
Mm-hmm.
in that like energetic space of lack.
Mm-hmm.
And my mind wants to be, and my feelings want to be in abundance
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and that magnetism. But truthfully, my body is feeling like I'm still in that space of scarcity.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best way to describe it,
Yeah.
actually.
I love the honesty of that.
Yeah.
And that can be really hard for people like you that are very conscious and very aware and are know the like right thing to think or believe.
Yeah.
And it's close. But to admit like, oh, I'm not actually in that right now. There's courage in that. And that means we actually have something to work with.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Yeah. That feels like it's right. It feels like I'm working from energetic scarcity still, but don't want to be there anymore. And the parts are colliding, they're in conflict.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That feels more correct. Yeah. Yeah. My body feels good. That feels more correct.
Wonderful. So let's drop in and see if we can actually invite both of these parts in. Because what I find, there's often and always a polarization, two parts that want opposingly different things. And we can feel very blocked when that battle is happening inside and we're unaware of it. Well, that's where a lot of the block can come in. And so the first thing we get to do is like really get off the battlefield, instead of in the dynamic and blended with the dynamic of them fighting with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll make me feel a little bit more at ease.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And make everything easier.
Yes. That's exactly it. That's what we're here for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bringing your gifts to the world. And yeah. So close your eyes down if that feels okay. Do a few things to just kind of bring your body into the present moment. Inviting in a few deep breaths, slow down into the belly, and softening anywhere that needs to soften. And so because there are two parts that seem quite alive right now, we're going to set this up maybe a little bit differently. I want you to see yourself at like the top of a table. That could be any kind of table that intuitively comes to you, whether it's a kitchen table, a picnic table, a boardroom, or even just like a, low down to the floor, Japanese style table. You'll see what it feels right. And some people sense their systems more visually. For some people, it's more energetic. For some people, it's more somatic. None of it is wrong. Are you able to visualize a space right now?
Yeah. It like comes and goes. A small round table.
Mhm. And is that small round table in a specific location or kind of like in a void?
Yeah. Kind of like an empty space.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. Yeah. Great. And so we know there's two parts that are sort of active and probably a few others that we'll encounter today. But one of the parts that's alive right now is the part that is the block, the part that's perhaps in lack, the part that kind of feels stuck. Can you invite that part to come sit on one side of the table, left or right?
it's an agreement.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Sitting on my right side.
Amazing. So just let this part know that you're aware of it, that you're available. You do truly accept that it's here, if that's true. What happens when you let it know that?
Very accepting. Feels calm.
Mm, great. And where do you sense this one in your body?
My wrist.
Okay. On the right side?
On the right side. It's very heavy.
Yeah. Great. And what's it like for this part to see you?
Feels neutral. Yeah. Feels neutral.
Great.
Like it's waiting.
Yeah.
Like
So,
it's waiting. Why did you bring me?
yeah. So let this one know that we know that there's been a bit of a dynamic with another part that's been trying to get rid of it, that just wants it out. And that we're curious to bring that part forward as well. How does it feel about that?
Curious.
Mm. Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah. Okay. And let it know that I'm here, you're here. And if at any time it feels uncomfortable, I can let you know. And so then you'll bring forward the other one that really wants this one out. That wants you to be in abundance. That wants you to be authentic. See if you can invite that one and come sit on your left side.
More resistance here.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you may just let it know that it's not in trouble. We love parts like this that are encouraging us to go for our dreams, be our true self. This part brings a lot of wisdom.
Feels like it's starting to come closer.
Yeah. So let it take its time. We're really in no rush here. Yeah. This is the part that was like, that other guy isn't right for you. Gotta get rid of it.
Interesting. I feel it in my heart.
Yeah. 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 So let it be there. And just see if you can breathe a little bit of space between you and that part in your heart so that it can see you and you can see it. It's happening now.
Getting to know each other, I think.
Yeah. Let it feel you. Let it sense you. You might see if it will look into your eyes. That might be more of like an energetic seeing than a eye to eye, but you'll see. And for this one too, let it know that you're aware of it.
They're both tired.
Yeah, I believe that. Can you let it know that you hear that they are both tired? And that's why you're here today. Self energy's here today. That's why I'm here today. They've been managing a lot. Yeah, ask them if they'd like some help with that, with everything they've been holding.
Feels like they're ready to talk.
Mm. Yeah,
A little
great.
bit more ready to hear each other out.
Yeah, great. Well done. And so you have one on your right side, one on your left side, and kind of taking space in your heart. And just make sure they both can look up and really see you here. You calm, curious. Let them know that you have space for both of them. You're not here to take sides. We're actually here to see if we can create some amount of harmony and reconciliation.
Yeah, it feels like they're ready.
Yeah. And so intuitively, which one do you feel drawn to first?
Am I right?
Mhm. Yeah. The stuckness, the block. Yeah. Yeah. And so we'll just check in that this one on your left is okay with that. So we'll come to it.
Yeah, it's okay with that.
Yeah. We're just going to ask it to kind of observe here. Yeah. So just start turning towards this one on your right and letting it know it's not in trouble. That you're not the other guy that wants it out. How do you feel towards this one?
I feel sad.
Mhm. Yeah. Let it know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That there's some sadness here. Look to sadness.
I don't know. Or I guess feels like sadness for not letting the authenticity out.
Mm. Yeah. So there's some sadness here for not letting the authenticity out.
Also feels a little bit generational
Yeah.
sadness.
Yeah. Yeah.
I keep thinking of my grandmother.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. And you've mentioned the generational piece of it before.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm,
Specifically, my grandmother on my dad's side.
yeah.
She had a really hard life.
Yeah. Yeah. So is it you that feels sad, or is there another part here that's holding that sadness? Or is it this part that you're looking at that feels that sadness?
It's me. But the part doesn't, there's a lot of neutrality there.
Mhm. Yeah. So see if you can ask this sadness that's connected to your grandmother on your paternal side. See if this sadness would be willing to come and take a seat at the table, maybe across from you. And just so you can see it and so it can be really part of this conversation. See if it would be willing to do that.
Yeah, it looks like it's sitting in front of me.
Yeah, great. Great. And letting it know that it's welcome here. You're really available for it as well.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. And so when you check in on with the part that's blocking on your right side, how does it feel about this one being at the table now, the sadness?
So much neutrality.
Yeah.
It almost feels like a defense mechanism.
Yeah. So ask this one on your right, if this is what it's been protecting you from, the sadness on your mother's side. I'm sorry, on your dad's side.
There's a lot of resistance to answer.
Yeah. It's okay. You can ask them in a different way. See if it's willing to let you know how it's connected, how it's connected to that sadness.
First word that came to my mind, I don't know where it's coming from, is this hyper individuality.
Mhm.
It's like having to do everything alone.
Right. 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 Does that make sense, Mona?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So let it know that.
Yeah.
How does that make sense for you?
Yeah. That's kind of what it feels like now.
Hmm.
But it feels that way, but I don't know if that's true.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. That's okay. That's okay. Part of the intention of this part has been hyper individuality, doing everything on your own, keeping it all together. No wonder it's tired.
There feels like a block in my throat.
Yeah. Where did it get the idea that it had to do everything on its own?
I feel like I know that you're consciously,
Mhm.
but there isn't one that's coming through like feeling or
Okay.
energy.
Yeah. So just ask it. Is it the same reason that you already know?
Funny, my grandfather now is popping into my head.
Okay.
Over and over, and he was a hyper individual.
Okay.
Everything by himself.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So this part is maybe showing you, yeah, grandfather was that way. Does that make sense? On the same side, is that the grandfather on your dad's side too?
No, on my mom's.
Okay. Does this part feel like you're getting it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's some space happening.
Mm-hmm. Great. Yeah. So just assure it like you're listening. Extended some curiosity from your throat, from your heart, and let it know you're really curious about it. This hyper individuality, why it feels it needs to do everything on its own, and how tired it is. How long has this part been with you?
Kind of like preconception.
So a really long time. Really long time. What else does this part work?
It's starting to feel good. There seems to be less neutrality.
Okay. So it's relaxing a little bit. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like this part is feeling like you're getting it. This part holds a lot of wisdom if it's been with you preconception. Is there anything else it wants you to know about its role that it plays for you?
That is trying to keep me safe.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Could you thank it for that? A lot of times, these parts that are so hardworking and so loyal often go really unnoticed, especially if we have other parts in our system that don't appreciate them in the same way.
Feels like motherhood.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So extend this part some just gratitude, even though it hasn't really made a lot of sense to you up until now. It's been trying to keep you safe since preconception.
There's a lot more relaxation happening.
Yeah, parts really like to be appreciated. Mhm. Yeah. What else does it want you to know about the role that it's played for you? Keeping you safe, keeping you on your own.
Quiet.
What's it afraid? Sorry, go ahead.
I think it's just really tired.
Would it like to rest?
I got a full body yes on that one.
Yeah, we can make that happen. We can allow that to happen. I do just have one more question and then we can let it rest for a while.
It's feeling fear
Yeah.
to rest.
Yeah. Yeah. I sense that. What's it afraid would happen if it rested?
That things would stop moving.
Mm. Right. Right. That things would stop moving. If it rested, nothing would happen. Yeah. What things specifically is it afraid would stop moving?
All of it.
Wow. All of it. That's a lot of pressure. And if it rested, all of it would stop moving.
Wow, it feels really connected to my grandmother.
Yeah. Does it want to share more about that?
It feels like she's literally right here.
Yeah. Does she also carry this belief? Did she also have this part?
Almost like she's telling me like I need to feel it for her.
Mm. Feel what? Yeah, just keep breathing. What is it that she's wanting you to feel for her?
All of that.
Is that something you're willing to do?
Yeah.
What about, or what if you felt some of the sadness, and then when you returned the rest back to her and where it came from?
I need to feel it all. That's the communication I'm getting.
Does that feel okay for you? Does that feel safe to do right now?
Yeah.
I'll be with you. You can let that move through, bringing that sadness that belongs to your lineage to completion. Where do you feel the sadness in your body?
My diaphragm.
Yeah. And what's that sensation like?
Feels really deep.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling a bit lighter.
Yeah.
But it's like she's communicating to me like I need to feel this so that my next children don't feel it.
Okay. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah.
And is she there as like a support, like as a guide?
Yeah, it almost feels like she's touching my shoulder.
Yeah, I can sort of sense her there too. And sometimes guides come in while we're in process. And so she can be here while you work through things as well. Yeah, let that sadness move in your diaphragm.
But it's sadness in front of me just kind of giving up.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like he's ready to walk.
Where does it want to go?
It wants to transform.
Okay. Let that happen. Let it sort of organically take a new shape. What are you noticing?
Like, oh, lightness.
Yeah.
Can't tell if the sadness is transformed, but
Yeah. Yeah. It's taking on some different qualities. Yeah. Seems lighter. And check in with your grandmother. Does she have any message for you?
almost feels like the cycle's
Okay.
like this emotion needed to be released.
Yeah. Yeah. Great. Well done. Really great job. If it feels okay, turn back to that one on your right side. That hyper individual, the one that was so tired and afraid to rest. And then just make sure that it took on and took in what just happened here.
It's feeling defensive.
It's feeling defensive?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's okay. What is it defending?
I don't think it knows.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just resistance to change.
Yeah, oh, that's okay. We're not asking it to change. We're not asking it to change. Just asking it if it saw what happened here with the sadness getting lighter, with the grandmother as a guide coming through with that wisdom. Did it see all of that?
And it did, but it didn't super like it.
Right. That's okay. Yeah. What did it not like about that?
The change,
God,
transformation.
God. There's some resistance to change, to transformation.
Mm.
Yeah. What is it afraid would happen if there's change?
I don't think it knows.
Yeah.
And there's fear of not knowing.
Mhm. Yeah. Um, See if this resonates for this part, and it might not. Some people, for some parts, experience that when the system starts to change and transform, they can feel worried that they're no longer needed. I'm wondering.
I think there's some of that.
Yeah, some of that, some fear of not being needed. And it sounds like there's something else. Fear of things being different and not having control.
Control.
Yeah.
Something to do with control.
Yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that feels like it resonates more.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, it sounds like this part has been really controlling a lot, controlling the sadness, controlling how fast and how far you move along in your life, controlling movement, controlling making sure things don't fall apart.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I really get why this part wouldn't want things to change,
Yeah, managing everything,
change everything.
juggling a lot.
What's it afraid would happen if it didn't manage it all, if it didn't juggle it all?
Stop.
Yeah. It would stop.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What would stop?
Mm-hmm. What would stop?
I almost feels confused by that question.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah, I don't.
isn't
I don't think it knows.
and some parts have just been doing their job for so long that maybe they're not even sure why anymore. So ask this part, does it want to continue controlling? Or does it just feel like it has to do it?
There's a want. Feels more like from a place of fear.
Yeah, there's a scared one. Is it this part that's afraid, or is there another part that it's protecting? Yeah, this part is very stoic, very determined,
Mhm.
working really hard, working really hard. So this will be a relationship that you continue to develop, Simona, with this one. Because it needs to trust you. It needs to trust the whole system. So let's turn for a moment. Would it be okay? And would this part be okay? We kind of just checked in with the other one that's been witnessing this. There's a one on your left side, that one that was in your heart.
Mm.
The one
Who wants more time?
Oh, he wants more time.
Yeah. I think there's a sense of safety here.
Yeah.
I think it's also just trying to It just wants to be seen
Yeah. We can do
more.
that. We can do that now and more regularly. Just wants to be seen in its effort. Yeah.
I feel like it just wants to be seen.
So could you extend just internally to it some gratitude, some acknowledgement for how hard it's truly been working up until now? Making sure everything keeps moving and doesn't fall apart. It's controlling the sadness from being released, controlling change. It's a lot, all to keep you safe. And up until now, it hasn't really been acknowledged because there's that other part that just wanted it out, not seeing how valuable it truly is for you and how hard it's been working.
It almost doesn't even feel like lack or scarcity anymore.
Does it feel like?
More like protection.
Yeah. Well, that shows me that there's been a shift in there because judging something as lacking or scarcity is a judgment. But seeing it as protection means that you have a lot more curiosity and clarity around it. Yeah. So let this part know that you really get that it was trying to protect you. And that level of compassion and curiosity is what's needed to truly build a relationship with this part. So you'll let it know, sort of, for the sake of time today, that this is just the beginning of this relationship, that you'll come back and allow it to be seen and allow it to be known and be appreciated. Give it space from the other one that wants it out. Because now we really get how hard it's been working.
Yeah, it feels more, more at peace.
Mhm. Yeah. It feels okay with that agreement going forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Great. So just, we're gonna before we wrap up, I want to check in on the one that was on your left side, your heart. The one that really believes that it wants it out, that this isn't right for you. And just make sure that it's all what happened here and what was really going on.
Yeah, there's a lot more compassion.
Yeah.
Almost like it's calmed down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. They often do. Often parts don't have the full picture. They're so committed to their own agenda. When you can come in with self energy and create reconciliation to help show them what's really going on, they can relax.
There's a lot of willingness.
Mm-hmm. Thank it for that. And the other blessing here is now that you know that this is a part that exists as well. And I'll just check in on the sadness that was released and lightened up and see how that one's doing.
Feeling good.
Okay. And Grandma, how's she doing?
Oh, she's gone. She left a while ago.
Okay, beautiful. Great. And so when that feels complete, you can come back to me.
I feel like they're a little bit more willing to work together.
Mm-hmm. Good. Good. And this isn't going to be a one and done. This will be something that you can come back and check in on over the next few days, few weeks, each of them, because there's a reconciliation that gets to happen here. Yeah. Great job. we didn't get there today, but often what happens when there's a polarization like that inside, we get to a place where we realize both parts actually want the same thing for you.
But it felt like it was coming.
Yeah.
Felt like that was coming. I'm like really noticing a lot of what I think are blocks
Mhm.
are usually something that I've been holding grandparents or generations past. Yeah, it's like a protective part,
Mhm.
just keeping me safe.
Yeah. And those are what we call legacy burdens. And we didn't go that route today. But yeah, anytime that there is a legacy burden, a belief or an energy that you've taken on from culture, from society, from family, even through epigenetics, can't
Right.
be held back. It can't be
Right.
back.
To feel a lot lighter
Yeah.
and like more at peace.
Great. Original intention was around like this block in your business and the scarcity and attracting the more right people.
Yeah.
The complete answer to that today. I find that after this work, when our hearts settle, clarity can kind of start bubbling through. Um, but do you have any new ideas, thoughts around that for now?
I feel much more calm
Mhm.
about this. Like I don't have to be searching for them, trying to get them. Rather they'll come.
Yes. And that level of calm and self energy is felt.
Yes, felt. It feels less of a worry.
Mhm. Mm.
You know, will they come? Will they? If I post, will they come? It feels like
Yes.
they're coming. Just be patient. Yeah, I feel much better surrounding that.
And that means you can
Yeah.
take action without the energy of scarcity. You can take action just because it's inspired. And that kind of
Mhm.
action always feels so much more magnetic. And it just,
Yeah. That makes me kind of want to go back to my sales page that I've been working on and just like with fresh eyes.
yes, yes, I highly recommend that. And my self led sales course is all about like being in self energy when you are doing things like right your sales range. So I would highly recommend going and having a look at it now with your parts relaxed,
Yes.
with all of the self energy that you cultivated here and just like marinated in. When you say things like you're feeling calm, you're feeling curious, you're feeling connected, and even this is like feeling creative, this is self energy in action. Like, this is it embodied.
Yeah. That's what it feels like. It feels more aligned. Like and now if I go back to that sales page, I feel like I'll get what I actually want down on the paper.
I had little goosebumps when you
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah. That's what it feels like for me. Yeah. I think that's exactly what I'll do after we get off the call.
So good. I love that as an step. And I just want to bring it back for you and anybody watching. Like especially those of us that are in the work and have done a lot of personal development work, sometimes we're very blended with parts that are self-like parts that aren't actually self energy, but they feel a lot like them. Or that was kind of like in your heart. I'm like, I want this out. It felt a lot like self energy, but it wasn't because it had such a strong agenda and also judgment of the other part. The energy that you're in now is like, you can both be here. You're good. I can still write the sales page.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's exactly how I feel.
You'll be here in your dynamic, but I'm going to write the sales page.
That's actually exactly how it feels. Like I feel exactly that way. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That feels right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy.
And I'm so glad. really great and really powerful. There was just so many like bits that bubbled in for you that were beautiful to witness. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
No,
Thank you. I definitely needed this. Definitely needed. Yeah. I feel like you don't even realize that you need something until you do it. And you're like, oh man. Like I did not anticipate my grandmother coming. I haven't even thought about her in such a long time.
She showed up as a guide.
Yeah.
Is she alive still?
No.
She showed up as a guide, and she might show up other times that you go into like deep process, and she's there to like support you.
That's interesting. And recently I was actually doing a reading, and one of the women said, like, I have a lot of guide and protection from my dad's side of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of like, okay. I never really thought about it since then.
So when you go into process like this, you can call like, and if you're working with more challenging parts in your system, you can call on the guides to be there with you.
I might start doing that. Yeah, I think that might be helpful. But it almost felt like she was like holding on to me, like,
I see.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that was so nice.